So I knew I wanted to make a video for me turning 21, but I had a lot of ideas, but I didn't know which one I wanted to go with. I mean, it could have easily been this. But instead, for people watching this, I wanted to give advice. I wanted to give 21 things that I learned before I turned 21, so that maybe you can learn something from me that you don't have to go through yourself, or you should go through yourself so that you never do it again or learn a lot from it. But here are 21 things that I've learned since before I turned 21. Growing up isn't a race. I'm not saying be a kid forever, but don't grow up too fast. You'll learn to regret it. Life isn't always fair, and that's okay. Things are going to happen in your life, and they're going to suck. They're going to suck a lot, but that's okay. You're going to come out on top, and you're going to learn a lot from it. Holes are meant to be climbed out of. Like I said, you're going to be in a bad place. You're going to dig yourself into a hole of maybe really depressed state. You're going to climb out of it, I promise. You're not going to be stuck there. There's going to be people who want to help you, and ultimately you have to help yourself. You are in charge of your own life. Not your friends, not your parents. You come to a point where you just learn you can't live for your parents because it's going to be your life. They're not always going to be around, and you need to do what you want to do. Be what you want to be, not what your parents want you to be. No one can make you inferior without your consent. You want to know why I know that's true? It's a quote. You want to know where I got that quote from? Princess Diaries. The chauffeur, the bodyguard guy. That's how I know it's true. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you're nothing, because you're something. It's never too late to try something new. Come on, things happen every day. New things pop up all the time. You can learn how to do it. You can learn a new language. You can go somewhere new. You can do it. You never have to have everything figured out. You think you do. You think you need to have every part of your life laid out. Live spontaneously. Don't live by your plans, because sometimes plans fall through. Don't take your friends for granted. Your friends will be your biggest support system when you grow up, growing up in general. So don't forget that they're people too. They have feelings, and they'll have issues that they want to talk to you about. Don't burn bridges. If someone doesn't deserve to be in your life, then cut them out. But don't burn bridges, because people change and things happen. You change, and sometimes people change for the better. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Failure is what brings you to the next point, you know? Once you start failing at something, you can work to improve on whatever you did, and then you'll succeed eventually. You might not always get on the first try, and that's okay. You don't have to know what you're going to do for the rest of your life. I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Life changes. You don't have to have all the answers. You'll figure it out as you go, I promise. Never stress out over a part-time job. You should work hard at any job that you do, but never stress yourself out over minimum wage. Don't make your part-time job your career unless you want to. I'm not saying anything bad against people who turn their part-time job into their career. That's great. But if that's not what you want to do, don't settle. Do what makes you happy. You have to find something that makes you happy every day, that makes you wake up and think, I'm really glad that I'm doing this. So if that's not what you're doing, then I think you're doing the wrong thing. You can be happy alone. You don't have to be in a relationship. Something else is going to be out there for you, and you can be happy alone. You can be happy with your friends who are in relationships. It's cool. Which brings me to, if a relationship is meant to be, it's meant to be. Don't force anything. People separate, people get back together. Relationships happen, relationships don't work, relationships work. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You will get crushed by a crush. You know where I learned that? Ned's Declassified. You will get over it, I promise. There will be so many instances where you will be in love, but then they won't like you back, and then that's okay. You'll get over it eventually. You look great. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, especially yourself. I'm the biggest critic of myself, and I always think that I'm too big, or nope, that's pretty much it, I'm too big, because otherwise I'm perfect. But I'm lying to myself. I look great however I look, because there's only one me. So why be unsatisfied with the person that I am? Don't do something because everyone else is doing it. That's lame. Do something because you want to do it. If you want to be a dancer, you go dance. I will become a dancer one day, and that'll be cool. And if my friends think it's lame, that's whatever, because I think it's cool. Do you, man, do you. Do you, girl, do you. Live your life to the fullest. And I mean your definition of the fullest, not someone else's. If your idea of the fullest is sitting by a fire reading a book, that's cool. You don't have to go out skydiving just to enjoy your life. Live life to your fullest. And number 21, pizza is good all the time, always. There is no such thing as too much pizza. And don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise, because they're wrong. So those are 21 things that I've learned before I turned 21. And I'm sure I have a lot more to learn, and maybe some of these things will change for me too. But that's cool. I'll learn to roll with it. Okay, well, I'm gonna go enjoy my 21st birthday. I will catch all of you guys next time. Bye.